What is success? Everybody has their own idea of what success is, and rightfully so, since no two people are made the same. I believe that success is when you do something that makes you feel proud about yourself and brings happiness to you in the process. Like someone once said, it's all about the journey, not the destination. In my pursuit of that happiness, I love the hustle, the moments when I feel worthy, like I am on top of the world. My guest today has a unique definition of success. Here to tell us more about his journey is Arun Varma of Barbecue Ride India. With this conversation today, I hope to understand what made him who he is today. Here goes. Welcome to Hustlers Connect.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Thanks for making it here. And let me dive right in and ask you, how did you start Bullet Barbecue Ride or Barbecue Ride India?
Okay, so it's a long journey. It's 3 years back where we started our food trucks in Bangalore, where it's a newly booming industry where we thought of trying our luck and then entered into it with one food truck. So which is doing really well, exceptionally well in the industry at that time. And I mean, it's like after some time, maybe a year or so, every hully and every gully of Bangalore got a food truck.
Right.
So we're nowhere standing, it's like boss, commoners. We're among the feet of the commoners. So we thought, okay boss, let's do something new which keeps us a bit separate from others, where luckily we got an opportunity to visit this Ramnagara that's in the outskirts of Bangalore, where the epic Indian movie Sholay was shot.
Yes.
We all remember this song, "Ye Dosti," right?
Yes.
So I got attracted with that sidecar Bullet the first time. Bullet itself is in our blood because we are from a defense family. My granddad, my dad, and now I'm not me, but so then I felt very closely attached with this sidecar bike where Mr. Dharmendra ji and Amitabh Bachchan drive it in the song. So I felt okay, if a person of 100 kgs is managing it on a sidecar, why can't it be something else? So that idea shook me, and then I attached a barbecue pit to a sidecar. We customized a sidecar according to all this requirements, and that's where the whole story started.
So I want to pause there a bit and ask you, see, what in the wildest dreams of you would have dreamt that, let me put ice cream in a Tata Nano. So I want you to talk a bit about how you did that Tata Nano part of it.
So it's like, see, what I understood out of this food industry is you have to serve it new, serve it creative.
No worries.
Okay, let me put you in different words. Do you buy an ice cream of $100 in an Omni van? Maybe you'll think.
Yeah.
So I want to make it more creative with a cone on top, more bubbly vehicle where people would love to eat out of it and post a selfie. So that is what, because now it has become a trend where people are not eating or not traveling for themselves, it's for the society. So sorry for that, but there is a recent study actually. I think everybody would have heard about this. People in India travel for the social status. People in India take pictures for their social status, but not for themselves. Why don't we use that out, boss? Because people are loving to do what they are loving. So that's the thing. I thought of catching that.
So you spoke about you going to Ramnagara. When was it? Which year?
It's in our NSS camp. There's in 2016.
Okay.
So where we go for a village and we do, that is national service scheme, where we plant trees, we renovate the roads and all the kind of stuff. So
that's the exact year when you started this.
Yeah, the barbecue.
So you got an idea, and you started very quickly, and you acted on it very quickly.
Yes.
So do you think that is your secret to why this happened, or if you had taken more time and figured out more, would this be a reality now?
See, definitely, it's all about your action time.
Yep.
Okay, it's like was everybody has ideas, dude. Everybody. Okay, I respect everyone because everybody has an idea. It's all about executing it. Everybody says it, but again, it's like the right time, right idea, and one action. Sky's the limit.
So, ideas are cheap, it's all about the execution you make.
Yes. What's there in thinking? Everybody can think, everybody can relate things, but it's all about taking, action on it.
Why just barbecue? Like, what got you into barbecue? It might have been some other thing, but what was that one thing that, like, bro, I'm gonna do this barbecue thing?
Should I talk in a more professional way or should I talk like, boss?
Let's keep it raw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry for all the Barbecue Ride family, but yeah, I'm gonna tell the truth today. So when I used to run food trucks, there's one of the best part where, we got recognized as like, India's youngest students running a food truck and, all this stuff. But they never knew our pain, dude, because we were maintaining 3 to 4 chefs. And, chefs are hard to deal with, actually. So that's when I thought, boss, in all this 21 years, we never been to anyone, and why to these chefs? Because these people play like anything. Like, of course, I myself am a barbecue chef right now. Okay. So they have their own attitude, and I couldn't mingle with it. Okay. Then I felt, boss, let's create a single recipe or some kind of, single a simple procedure to, make food and stuff. That's why I entered into an ice cream business. You just have to scoop it. And then barbecue. It's, I believe most of us do barbecues whenever we have our house parties and all this stuff, right? Yeah. So barbecue is such a simple thing where you just have to marinate the meat and grill it. Yep. And for that, I had a simple formula of spice. Just mix it to the meat, marinate it, grill it, sell it. It's like just 4-5 points, which I thought, okay, I can relate. And
so how does it feel to be the first of the kind? Like, if I try something new today, and if I know that I'm the first one, what's that feeling?
That's the best thing, dude, because you get recognized as the pioneers of that particular industry. And and at this part of time, I don't know, businesses exist or not and all this stuff, but name, it exists. Your name,
So, what were the challenges faced by your food truck business? So you basically started with food truck, went into Tata Nano ice cream, and then Bullet Barbecue. So what were the challenges faced during the food truck business?
Food truck was good initially, but like I said, every gully and every gully of Bangalore got a food truck now. Okay, it's like I felt cops are not allowing us to park on roads because we consume a lot of space because it's in tempo traveler, and customers accumulate near the truck, and it creates a traffic trouble here and there. So that's one part. Apart from that, boss, we're not parking in some tier 2 or tier 3 city. It's Bangalore and it's known for its traffic. How come I be a part of making it more noisy and polluted? So I felt, okay, boss, this is not working. Apart from that, maintaining the staff. Maintaining a food truck is more or less maintaining a cafe or a restaurant. The same kind of work is included in it. If I can run a food truck, I can maintain a cafe or restaurant.
So how did you see the shift of people actually loving food truck kind of food rather than traditional cafes or restaurants? Was there a bit of friction before, when you started it?
There is, because food trucks at that time was the most trendier concepts, and that's the thing. And apart from that, street food, remember this, street food always serves you fresh. No doubt on it, no doubt. So that's the thing. People get matured, dude. It's like See, you enter a restaurant at 1 o'clock in the midnight or 2 o'clock and request them, boss, my flight got delayed or something, can I have something to eat and stuff? You'll get something. But you go to a street food vendor at 10:30, 11 o'clock and ask him, sir, do you have this? This is sold out, sir, sorry.
Okay.
So this is the difference.
Right.
If a restaurant is giving you food at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, so where is that food coming from? Is the chef preparing it that time freshly for you? No, it's stored in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
The street food guy, he finishes it that day, that's it.
Right.
So you're served fresh meat or fresh food every day.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the restaurant industry guys, but that's a hard fact.
Yeah, that's that.
Nobody can deny it.
True, very true. So you started with food truck. How was the business part of the food truck thing? How much did you need to start? Because all the viewers out there are like, I have an idea. I think it requires a lot of money, but that is the reason why I don't do this. So those are the excuses that we have. But are those the actual excuses or the very primary reasons for not building that business?
See, definitely they stand among primary because funding is something which is actually which gives you boost and which can depress you at the same time if you don't have any funding. Yeah, funding was actually crucial part because we are in the first year of graduation and getting 6-7 lakhs at that time was not an easy task. Okay, so yeah, but we managed. Okay, so my mom has confidence in me, and my brother's friend, all these people joined together. Okay, boss, let's do this. What happens? Was it 6-7 lakhs? Of course, maybe your parents won't trust you for the second time, but okay, let's jump in and do. So that's a part where we try to we managed to get this 7 lakhs of investment, which is of course a bit huge at that part of time.
Yep.
And yeah, then we started and we never looked back.
That's pretty awesome.
Thank
So you started out. There are certain challenges that you face every day. Or
Yes.
let's say you are a student right now.
Yes, I am a student right
Yes,
now.
you are a student and you have a business.
Yes.
I'm a bit concerned about how do you manage both? How do you do it?
Of course, it's a bit tough, but again, managing your time. This is not an option. This is by choice I entered into this.
Yeah.
I have to do this. That's the thing, yeah. It is a bit tough, but yeah.
So basically there was this king who had gone to, conquer this one island, and those were around, thrice the number of people that this guy had in his own army. And this guy was like, the whole military was like, no, we can't. We can't do this. This guy took kerosene,
Okay.
burnt all their boats.
Oh wow.
So after burning all their boats, there was no option to them but kill and live. And they won the war. So I guess this is very similar to what you just said.
It's definitely because this is one thing which you worked on all these days, all these months, and no looking back. See now I don't want to carry the tag of a loser.
Right.
It is tough, but I can't let the tag.
So the problem with our millennial generation is too much of sleep or very less of a sleep. Like we have two extremes. Too much of social media, and there is something like this as an entrepreneurial drive. So you managing all these things and effectively managing time is the crucial factor here.
Yeah.
So there are people, there are my own friends who say, I sleep 10 hours a day. I tell them it's not about what you do, how much you sleep. It's about what you do when you're awake. So yeah, so that's what I try to tell them. But I want you to talk about if there is someone out there, and if he's watching you right now, and if there is idea to him, if he has idea, what next? If there was a roadmap to be given to him, or her, what would it be from your perspective?
See, again, I'll tell you. People in this generation are much attracted towards TED Talks, inspirational stories, boss, but we are no one to advise them. Everybody has their own way of thinking. See, now, I'll again talk about an article which is, published recently, because I follow all these startup articles, all the kind of stuff. So where there's an article from a very famous portal where it mentions the startup culture is killing the dreams of Indian youth, because today, every day, 100 startups rise, 100 startups get registered in every corner of the country, and how many of them are succeeding? So, the dream of a startup, is actually literally killing people's esteem or dreams. I'm true on this part, because when you won't achieve what you want to achieve, you get depressed.
I want to talk to you about the same. Why do you think these startups fail? Why do these writers put their pen down? So, what do you think? Why do they do that?
I have an interesting story. So, people today, your question is, why are startups failing? Startups are failing because they're not coming up with something new. They want to do the chap of the same thing, dude. See, if you have Uber, they're trying to replicate the same thing with Ola, and again something else. A new app with a little bit of features exchange here and there. That's it. They're not coming up with something new. They are coming up with added features, but not a new app and a new concept.
Right.
They're just thinking about features, okay, what can I add? But they're not coming up with something new. They're just trying, okay, boss, okay, if I have Flipkart, I'll come up with Snapdeal, I'll do with some Amazon, I may be other way around, but the same way, people are copying up the concepts and, coming. They're not coming up with something new.
Right.
And why they're not coming up with something new? Because, again, the same thing. What if they fail in something new?
Right.
Because they already seen revenue in the existing models and stuff.
So, you mean to say that fear of failure is what is the cause for it?
Of course, that's why you're only seeing Oyo in the whole of hotel industry. Right. Why is there no one, competing with them?
Right.
You're only seeing Uber or Ola. Why am I not seeing something else?
Right.
Bounce. That's the thing, dude.
Yeah.
So, as you mentioned that TEDx talk, how was the experience of that one talk?
It's good, actually. It was good. It gave me a lot of boost, where, people recognized me. Some of them said they got inspired. Okay, I feel okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, do you feel this sense of responsibility towards the society right now, that people are looking up to you and you have to do something very good to be a role model to them? Is there a pressure kind of thing?
See, I'm already serving the society with fresh barbecue meat, so
Okay, that's nice.
that's the best thing which I can do.
So, yeah, coming back to what I asked earlier, if there was a roadmap, what would it look like? You have idea.
Okay.
Next one.
If this question was asked to me before 3 years, that would have been a different scene.
Right.
But today, if you have an idea and you're sharing with someone, no doubt, if the other person is capable, he's gonna copy and do the same. That's the thing. Now it's like, idea is more precious.
Okay.
So I don't say you won't share your ideas with people, but at least try to save your idea by patenting it or, getting it registered or something. Because now getting idea is not a bigger thing. Saving up your idea and, building up an empire is more difficult.
Right. Right.
Roadmap, again, it's like, people are stuck up with their own responsibilities of engineering, graduations, and at this part of time they have no option, boss. I can't quit my graduation or engineering. At the same time, we have another another way of looking at it. Okay, let's quit and then you'll become an successful entrepreneur. Boss, no bullshit, don't believe it and stop your engineering. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the thing. So people right now, it's a trend. I'm a dropout and I can achieve things. No, boss.
So you said that this journey has been a lot difficult. Can you explain that difficulty part of it? Let us see. Let's viewers know that not everything is sunshine and rainbows. Let's show the other side of it. So what does that other side look like?
It's like you feel you're the only one who's working on it. It's like, sometimes I feel as if there are 3 or 4 Aruns like me with me, that would have been different. I feel okay. I know people need a responsible team, need responsible partners, responsible environment. But it's like, when you feel yourself, okay, boss, you're the only one working on things and, people are escaping from what they are meant to do. It feels, a bit difficult and you feel, all that kind of stuff.
So
You have to have a responsible team, dude.
right. So there are certain sacrifices made.
Yes.
Let's talk about those sacrifices now.
Yeah.
What were the sacrifices that you made for this to be a reality today?
Okay, I'll tell you one of the biggest sacrifices which I did, and I'm feeling happy for it because I'm in a way here and there achieving it. I left my NCC, okay, which is one of my biggest sacrifice, and that too in Air Wing, okay, Squadron 1 Karnataka.
Okay.
And now I joined in a flying school, getting my commercial pilot license. So I left it, and now I'm achieving it with what I have earned.
Being a pilot and also having multiple businesses, it's all about effective time management.
Yes.
What's your future look like? Like, what do you have in mind? What are you gonna do for the next 2 years, let's say?
So the next 1 year I'm occupied with my flying school where I have my course to finish up. I'm halfway through. So next 1 year is completely stuck up. In the meantime, we have a couple of concepts which are coming up where that's what again we are coming up with something completely new. Even if they get succeed, we'll feel so happy for that. And even if it not, I'm so happy because I have tried something new. So
This is
both sides of the coin are fine for me.
Let me when I started the show, there was just one core principle that I needed to understand when I started this, which was, why do you do what you do? So I want to ask you that. Like, what is that why to you?
Because after whenever the day ends, you get onto your bed, you get bored. Boss, kya kiya Raj? You play PUBG, whatever things, and you chat on your social media pages, all the kind of stuff. But it's like you should feel accomplished the day end. हाँ यार मैं किया, आज हुआ something. I feel good. Okay, boss, somebody has interviewed me, which is like for good.
Right.
And this is what I have accomplished in this day, today. Yesterday I had something to do. You should feel accomplished,
Right.
or not your day would be empty. And you carry the same tomorrow. If you're carrying the same, the depression, or the same kind of laziness, or the same kind of feeling, then no point carrying things forward. That's the thing. You have to accomplish something on it, because this world is running, dude. It's running like Usain Bolt.
Yep.
And it's damn tough.
Are there any
I'm not scaring up people, like telling the world is tough, but it is tough. I don't want to hide things.
Yeah, please.
Ki boss, you carry up, you can achieve anything, boss. All these things won't work. You have to be something above all these people, above all these stereotypes, stuff. You have to be something. On this world is tough.
it's tough?
It is tough.
So, are there any key principles to follow so as to sustain this toughness, so that it would be more easy for us to be very productive? Are there any like key business principles you follow for this to be very smooth and running?
See, basically, I didn't graduate from the ethics of Banya School of Economics, so I don't have any principles as such. But you have to do something productive every day. See, it's like now you have hundreds of people who are ready to mentor you. There's so many stories where you can take inspiration from, where you can relate a lot of stuff. There are a lot of stuff in the world, on the Google and the internet and stuff. So, make a note, boss. If I'm thinking of this idea today on day 1, what is the progress on day 2? See, progress is not in terms of materialistic things. At least, boss, okay, am I progressing with the idea which I have?
Right.
Let's note some points. What have I learned about this idea? What are those minuses, plus points, positives, negatives, all the kind of stuff? Make a note. At least, be progressive in these terms where you're learning things. Learning things is more of, it's that at least learn things so that, you're not on day 1 the same.
So, from what you just said, what I understood regarding what's your why is that pursuit of that smile that you get before sleeping. So that's the thing which drives you even more of a satisfaction level. So that's it.
Definitely, dude.
Yeah.
You have to feel satisfied. I did something.
Yeah.
If not, you're just wasting up time, because time is more precious. It's not gonna wait for you. Like everybody says, all this what you call scholars has already said. Time is the most precious thing you can ever get, and you cannot rewind it. And I know that's not as simple as watching a Back to the Future.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So I think we have understood few things now, and I think you're being real. So being real is much more important than being negative or what. So I think we have learned a lot today, and thank you for sharing your views on it. Thanks for sharing your story. I just hope that it has helped someone out there, and even if someone is inspired by you, hopefully he can get in touch with you, or so he can have that social interaction kind of. So you're up for it?
Of course.
No, I can vouch for that, because I have seen how the way you have.
I love talking to people.
Yeah.
I love advising.
So in the end, I just want to say thanks for being this modest. Thanks for being this cool, and thanks for picking up my calls at 11 and be like, "Hey buddy, what's up?" Thanks a lot for coming. It really means a lot, and I've learned few great things.
Thanks.
Privileged and honored with your team, and thank you guys. You did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Thanks a lot.
Let's be in touch.